10 years he wore a badge, a uniform, and a gun, and these days, I think since 2017, he's singing a different tune.
You look good in them lights.
Frank Gray hung up that police uniform for a microphone and pursued a musical career that brought him quite a bit of attention. Rolling Stone and Pandora named him Artist to Watch, and these days he plays with Luke Combs, Kane Brown, Bryan, and he's in town to play with Old Dominion tonight at Daly's Amphitheater. His first big hit, Country'd Look Good on You. Frank Gray, welcome to the morning show.
Hey, Bruce, thank you for having me.
Hey, good to have you here.
Yeah.
So you traveled quite the unlikely path, and a rather unsteady one at first, to the world of music.
That's right, that's right. 10 years in law enforcement really gave me a lot of life experience, but music has always been my passion. And so I decided to pursue it in 2017, and I really haven't looked back.
You became one of those overnight hit sensations, although overnight is often a long road.
Yeah.
By the way, you just welcomed your, third child?
My third baby girl, yeah.
Yeah, hard being on the road knowing you've got kids back home, huh?
It is, but every now and then they get to come out and we have a good time, so it's a fine balance, you know.
Yeah. Home for you is Las Cruces, New Mexico, so I know Las Cruces pretty well.
Yes,
know about the university there because I used to live in Albuquerque, so it's good to have you here in Jacksonville. Opening the door is one of the big things for you, for country music, to the Latino community.
Absolutely.
And it's been pretty well received.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you think about the Mexican influence in country music, it's not necessarily a new idea, right? The Mexican vaquero and the American cowboy are the same thing. And so you think of all the music that they wrote, you can see why the themes are so similar when it comes to Mexican music and country music. But for whatever reason, for the last 3 decades, there hasn't been someone to represent the culture. And so here I am now kind of pioneering this new generation of Latin artists in country music. And, I do it with pride. I love to carry that torch.
So let me go back to your roots as a cop. It's still a passion for you. So when you go to towns, you visit local police departments. And when you're here in town, you're going to be going to talk to the members of JSO because you know as a cop what a tough drain it is on mental health. So you talk to them about taking care of your mental health and mental health awareness. So what's the message you're going to have for members of JSO when you talk to them today?
All right. Well, we started a campaign called FRAY, which basically acts as a hub for resources specifically for first responders. Like, we point them in the right direction if they find themselves in need of, alcohol or substance abuse help, suicide prevention, domestic violence issues, things like that. It's received a lot better when these resources come from a point of view of someone who's walked a mile in those shoes. But mental health is important, and who better to take care of themselves than the first responders, right? I think it's time for us to rise up as a community and take care of the people that take care of us.
And do you find that when you talk to them that they can really relate to you because they say, hey, you know what? Okay, so you've gone from wearing a police uniform to being on the stage, and you have a unique perspective, and music can be very cathartic because there's a message in the music.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I mentioned, I think it's received a lot better because I know that life. I did the profession, and I understand how thankless a job can be at times, and how difficult and how tasking it can take on. It can be a toll on you both physically and mentally. And so I know the things that keep me up at night after doing it for 10 years. And so I wanted to be able to, spread awareness to the general public, and then also change the stigma attached to the conversation of mental health as it relates to first responders, because we're notorious for compartmentalizing things, right? You got to be macho, you got to go out there because you got to have that kind of command presence when you're serving your community, right? But it's okay to be vulnerable and let people know that, hey, that last call really messed me up and I need somebody to talk to you about it.
All right, so tonight, Country'd Look Good on You, and you've got a new song that's climbing the charts?
That's right, Somebody Else's Whiskey. Yeah, it's a pretty much a fun spin on a breakup, right? Most country songs, you talk about heartache and stuff, and we have that kind of vibe. But this one right here really puts a fun spin on it, finding a silver lining that, hey, everyone's happier for it.
There you go. So, if you'd like to catch Frank Gray in concert, he'll be playing along with Old Dominion at Daly's Place tonight. I saw on Ticketmaster still a few tickets left. Check them out. The show starts at 7:30. Go to Ticketmaster. Frank Gray here in Jacksonville tonight at Daly's Place. Good to talk to you, and welcome to Jacksonville.
Good to talk to you. Thank you.